Hello, welcome to Nezo's Bad Shop. I am your host Nezo, and you're here because this is another unboxing, and this is essentially like a second version of this particular car that I'm doing right here, the MD 1.0. This is purple because, yes, of course, we're gonna do a colored version. They just don't like to announce it ahead of time. They get to keep us in suspense, and then they dropped colored versions of usually the high-end ones, the favorite ones that we like. So the Master Drift 1.0 in purple, and it's available in red as well, but I went for the purple one. Yes, so this is another unboxing. Welcome. Well, things I can tell you right off the hop. This is my MD1 back here. This is the first release, I guess the first batch, I guess if you want to call it that, of the MD1. It's black with my purple Bad Shop branded OMG electronics in it. And there are some differences between that one and this one. Well, let's start with the box first. The box, that's the same. Purple is the different color. We still get the beautiful little coupon for Tsukuba Drift Arena. Yes, I don't even know how many I have of them now, but there's a bunch. The box itself is basically the same. There's nothing really different other than the part number. And the fact that it's a purple one, but the major changes, I guess the biggest differences, major changes, just thinking of how to word it all. Well, the car back there was shipped without a fourth gear in the transmission. It was presented as an option. So this one was only a 3-gear transmission to start, and the motor, pinion, and spur were on the other side, but now they're on this side because I added the fourth gear to this car because I wanted to do 4-gear mode and test it out and see how it was. So that meant moving this to the other side, which is easy to flip-flop the motor mount and stuff. So that's straightforward. But I had to add the fourth gear. I had to purchase it. It wasn't included with the car as sort of a, oh, if you'd like to do it, you can do it later. I had to buy that. So this car only came with 3 gears. I had to buy the fourth gear. This one, the purple one, they throw in the fourth gear. So bonus, but a little bit of a sort of a to people who bought the first batch. So while I was both happy to hear that, I was a little annoyed because yeah, it's more money spent. But now that I have my purple one, this one is going to be put up for sale, and whoever ends up with it will get the fourth gear installed in it. And it also, this one I did a light tuning on as well, and I've beefed up the shocks because it's very bouncy now, as you can see, but that's not why we're here. I'll do a comparison later, but this one has 6-hole piston upgrade, Reeve D shocks, or Reeve D springs, and spring retainers front and rear. So this one has a light tune on it. I've done a couple things, but yeah, I had to order the fourth gear. And the other interesting part, which also was, I was happy to see it, but also annoyed at the same time, the price. If you go back and look at the other unboxing of that car, you'll see the price was about, I think, $300 more than this. So not only do you get a fourth gear, it's cheaper, more affordable, I guess is another way to say it. So that was both also a yes and also a little bit annoying as well, because people who bought in on the first release, the first batch of them, yeah, we paid a lot more, and we didn't get anything more. So yeah, that was a little annoying. Other than that, I've been paying attention to people online in the owners groups and stuff, and a lot of people are loving their MD1s. I do like mine, love it a lot. I need to put more drive time in it, but now that I got the purple, I'll do the purple. But people have noticed, especially diehard Yokomo people like me, the other people who have bought a purple and also have this MD1, the original release, they've noticed some differences, both in the quality control area and what was missing out of the box. Now, my first gen MD1 was good. I had really no trouble assembling it. I don't remember having too many problems or issues or weird fitment things or things missing, for that matter. And one thing I remember was there was a ball stud on one of these sides, on one of these areas. I noted it somewhere in one of my videos. The ball stud it sits pretty loose until you tighten it up, because the little holes that were drilled for it were a little sloppy on one side. So that was something I noticed, and other people noticed this as well. But I would say it was about 50-50 shot between people having no trouble at all building theirs, you know, a tiny little thing like that, versus other people who described the build process as an utter nightmare. And they had to shave this and shim that and fix this, and this was missing, and just they were not happy. So it was a bit of a hit and miss, and that was pretty interesting. But from what people in the owners groups are reporting for these colored versions, there have been some amendments and looks like some refinement from the first batch, but someone noted that they were missing several spacers to the point where they were missing, I think, between 6 to 8 pieces worth of spacers for the front end or something, and that's very alarming. And that would also mean to me that there is a bit of issue, yeah, like I was saying earlier in the beginning of the video, quality control getting a little sloppy, so that's not good. So if that's the case, yeah, we'll definitely be making a stink about that, and phoning home about that and saying, hey, come on now. Because I remember giving them a lot of shtick just about stickers on my videos because they couldn't get the stickers right. So if the quality control the sloppiness has moved on from stickers to actual parts missing and this and that, then just no, we can't have that. So we're gonna see what's what. Well, in terms of for me finding out what's missing or anything like that, I won't know till I actually build it, but I'll note it in my shakedown or unbox. And again, my this hold on. Again, this one light, I don't know what's wrong with it. It keeps shutting off mid-filming. It's the light to my left, the one up there. Anyways, yeah, having said all that, I won't know until I do build and do the constructor digest and shake it down until I notice things like that, like what may be missing or what is not up to quality standards, if that's the case, because it's been a sort of a hit miss. Some people have reported some things. Some people said theirs was okay. Excuse me. Some people said they had a bunch of parts missing, like one major nice little reverb blur by red from a gentleman on the owners group, and others said it was fine. Things were good, but there are a couple things that sort of everybody noticed, so I won't know until I do all that. But in terms of just what else we get in the box, I should be able to remember, or I'll go back and compare after and make another video. But let's stop jabbering about things and just open it. Ah, yes, very nice. Part of me wanted to just like heat these up and save this, but nah, whatever. No big deal. So here we go now, the part y'all been waiting for, and most of you probably skipped ahead to find. Let me open the box. Ah. And first thing I see, that's an addendum sheet. And this was one thing that people were talking about right off the hop. Let me move let's move the actual car over here, my Gen 1 car there. A lot of people were saying right away they found one main addendum sheet. Stuff like that. So let's dive in, shall we, to the addendum sheet. Master Drift, red, purple, and I can't read the rest of it. That's an addendum, page 11. Page 13, sussball addendum. Yes, for the sussball. Oh, so in the middle of 5. I think this only used to be 3 holes before, and now it's 5. So that's a bit of R&D, I think. There, someone was noting that. So, in one of the owners group. So I think this is what they were talking about. This has changed from 3 position to 5 position adjustment. I think that's what that is. However, that's an addendum. Page 14, front suspension. Different width, so there has been some refinement to the tune. So I'm going to compare as I build to what this is on this car compared to these addendums, because I didn't change too much on this light tunery. It's mostly just shocks and like camber, caster, and rear toe, rear camber. Very little. I didn't do a ton of stuff. So and what else? Steering rod. That would be that, so they've changed that as well. Okay, so I'll look for that in the Constructor's Digest and the build. So let's put that over there. So immediately an addendum sheet. Moving on. Many things. I see purple bits. Yes. Okay, so yes, everyone's, well, not everyone's, but my most not least favorite thing, the screw bag. And it actually says screw bag for MD 1.0 4-gear version. So yeah, because this boy was a 3-gear, and I made it a 4-gear. So 4-gear version. This is the screw bag where every step you got to pick out the screws you need, which is both. This is both efficient and annoying because it adds an extra step to your build process. So basically, for example, bag 10. There's your bag of parts. They used to just put all these screws you needed right in there, but now you open this and then you gotta look at the manual and dig out, you need 2 of this, 3 of that, 4 of the... I don't know why, but whatever. So that's what that is. I've noted it quite a lot. I don't really like it, even though it's a little more efficient for organizing just screws. What was wrong with just putting what you needed from there in the step? I don't know. Someone had a good idea. It's kind of a good idea, but it's not well executed. But anyways, the screw bag is all there. So I'll be double checking that for the part numbers and all that stuff and into the digest and things like that. So since I got bag 10 out here, this is bag 10. The front lower arm installation. And that looks pretty much all like the same parts as what's on this car there. Very nice. So at least like from what I've read, most of like the fit and finish of the parts still looks great, high quality, that kind of stuff. It's things like screw holes and how certain parts were drilled for the mounting holes and stuff like that, or the fact that the hardware is just straight up missing when it's been QC approved. That's what people are noting. So yes, we will keep going here. Bag 14, that is oh yes, this is the battery holder. So that's this piece right there. Battery holder piece. It just swings like that. It's very nice. I like it. Okay. Bag number 1. This is a differential with a gear differential, oil gear diff, with the aluminum out drives, as just like the version 1 car, and 5,000 weight oil, which is different to every Yokomo drift car in the last 8 years, aka the YD2s, which had 10,000 weight oil in them, but they were all viscous gear diff with the oil inside of them. So that's the same. That hasn't changed from the Gen 1. This is bag 7, the slide rack. Look at that purple. Ah, purple looks good. I like it. Excuse me. So I'm just looking it over here. Looks good. Visually, like, I don't really see any changes. Those upper arms look the same. The plastic upper arm. That was another thing a lot of people were kind of like, huh? For such for the price being as high as it was, and even is, that's quite thin. But otherwise, yeah, and they just released aluminum arms for the MD1, which look a lot beefier and they look a lot better. So far only black, so I'll wait for purple, because you know they're going to do it. So anyways, that's that. This slide rack is completely different to all the predecessor drift cars, Yokomo drift cars, the YD2s, the SX, EX, all that. It's different. This is a new design. It's much thinner, and from what I remember, is not adjustable. the bearings and stuff that this rides on just goes into a singular hole. It's not adjustable. It's not even on a cam. So yeah, and I've noticed already. See, this is unadjustable. Like up and down, we can't really adjust, but side to side. Look at that. I can't really adjust that unless I'm missing something, so I might have to go back, whatever. But as far as I know, there's no cam adjustment, and that's just how that is. Yeah. I'll make another video on all that stuff. So, this is an unboxing. Let's continue. Ooh, yes, more purple parts. Bag 3. This is the rear shock tower mounts. Yes, that's those pieces right there. So those are purple. Looks so good. Yeah, so at least fit finish, like, it looks really nice. That hasn't changed. So the quality still remains there. That is good to see. Bag 8, front shock tower, purple, yummy. Let's just compare, because I have the car here. I normally can't do this, but oh yes, ooh, yeah, baby, come on, look at that, purple. So basically, that was one of the other one of the other owners in the owners group talking about, yes, the only real reason to hunt down an MD purple or red is if you really, really want color, because there isn't too many differences, and there's a bunch of addendums, and what they were noticing was missing parts. Anyways, bag 6, this is the rear, what's this? The rear body mount, rear body post mounting. And a lot of people were not impressed with this rear body mount post methoding here, I don't even know what you want to call it, the brace, the bracket, the shelf, but you use the front body posts here, and I'm wondering if they've supplied a different size screw, because the screws they supplied bottom out in the pin and in the thing. So I need to change that. I just have been lazy and haven't changed it. But yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with this, and also this geometry, it doesn't retain Or does it retain? I don't think this is the same geometry. I can't remember. I think, geez, I'm gonna have to think. But anyways, this subtly changed a few things and people weren't happy with it. And I think there's some 3D print homebrew versions that people have come up with. Maybe even some aftermarket options now that can put the original body post there or whatever. But I know people griped about that, and even I wasn't impressed with that. People ask me about it all the time, so that's what that is. Okay. Tool set, standard issue. Front bumper, that's right here. And I wish they would do a slightly wider version of this. I don't know if they have or not, but I hope they do, because while this retains Yokomo front end body post geometry, it's only the slim, or the short, the slim, or whatever version, not the wide version. So you can only run certain bodies. If you've drilled for wide, you're kind of hosed. Yeah, so I hope they do an option of this where they do out wider, but I don't know if they will, but that's what that is. It's actually nice to compare part right on the car. It's handy, but you can't really do that sometimes. I'm doing it here so visually you have a bit of comparison, and I'm also, for myself, just kind of doing this as well, like this, so we can see both parts, just so I can see if there's been an immediate change from the first gen to the second gen here, so to say. Or first batch to second batch, that's a better way of putting it. Bag 15, upper deck rails, spacer piece there, and that's part of the front end assembly, I think. No, sorry, that's the back brace. That's this piece right there, the back brace. Those look all the same. That purple middle brace piece is that piece right there. That's gonna look so good. I'm telling you, purple. This purple thing's gonna look so good. This is really, I really just want purple. I'm a hooker for purple, and because they did it and they do so well, it's lovely. So that's that. I don't want it. Now, bag 4. This is rear suspension arms there. They are pretty beefy. They're pretty thick, to be honest. Look at them, nice and thick. Right, so that's nice. That hasn't changed. All the rest of that parts look the same. These here are the rear arm mounts. That's this piece here. That's where the rear arm mounts to. That suspension pillow ball effect there. They are coming out with option of these because the amount of adjustment you get here to adjust the toe to change the angle of the arm here is very little. You can go from, I think, half a degree toe in, so half a degree toe in to, or what is it, half a degree out to 1.5 in. I think that's it. Like, it's very little in terms of the actual adjustment that you can do just from those screws. Some people have come up with some homebrew ideas or different, you know, like different ways to tweak it, but I know officially they're going to come out with some other optional adjustable size ones, whatever. I maxed the toe in out on this as much as I could, and it drives pretty good, so I'm happy with it now, but I wonder if they've changed the adjustment range in there or not. I mean, you can just put some spacers here and there, but it's, I don't know, I didn't want to do that. But so that looks the same, and I'll check that during the build, but more purple. Brilliant. I wanted to say bravo and brilliant at the same time, and it would not come out. So yeah. Now, bag 11. Axle set, the standard axle set, I should say, the aluminum stoppers, ball bearings, 4.8 studs and stuff like that. And I'm rather unimpressed with the 4.8 studs and ball cups because they tend to be a little sloppy too soon. I'm not really that impressed with them, but they do go together really well. They're very fluid in movement, but they are a little bit they wear a little quick, or whatever it is, or just the tolerances wear, or whatever it is. But anyways, that's them. And aluminum hex, that's an 8mm hex up there for the front, and again, purple. Love it. Okay, so moving on. There's a lot of bags. I forgot, this car has like 16 bags for its baggage. The shocks are at bag 16. They're in there. Now, bag 9. This is part of the front servo and front end assembly there. See, there's that bracket right there. That's what that is. Servo horn, which is different to all the other predecessor cars. It is the same as the YD2 ZX, though. I believe it's the same as the ZX, because the ZX has the stand-up servo, just like this, where the servo stands up correctly. Servo mounts and stuff, and you can get the mountings, these for the ZX, these to put in your other car. One of my other buddies, Bruce Wee, he did it on one of his other older YD2s, one of the SX versions. He took the ZX mounts and got it to work pretty simply, so that was cool. Yes, so that's what that is, and again, more purple. Beautiful. Purple, purple, purple. You know it. Yeah, so normally at the 20 minutes. Normally at the 20-minute mark, I'm pretty much almost done. But we have lots. We've had lots to talk about for this one. Unboxing the second Gen MD1 because of colors, well, the color available, and the different things that I've found and read about. So, okay, catch your breath. And here we go now. Bag 2. Look at all that purple. Yes. Spur gear mount. Transmission input shaft mount. The motor mount. Look at that. So just to compare, black looks nice, but that purple. Give me that purple stuff. Transmission casing. That looks really nice. I was really impressed with the design. In terms of the way it looks with all the silver lippage, right? All the polished lip. Look at it. It just looks really nice. So I was really happy with that. 80 tooth spur gear, and I believe, what did they give me for a pinion? 20 tooth, right? So it should be the same. Is it in here somewhere? Maybe not. It may or may not be. Oh, wait, hold on. This is one thing I remember. All this, I remember this was a thing as well. I don't believe there's a pinion. We'll dive through the manual as well. All this car, super high price, no pinion. I think that was the thing. And I ended up going with a 20 tooth just to get her going. But yes, look at all the purple, and you notice 2 idler gears. So yeah, you do get it, as they said. And with those 2 idler gears, you also get these adjuster pieces, the +2 with the number 4 on it to denote 4-gear transmission, and that offsets the diff in the trans casing, so it will sit in the gears properly. And yes, in 4-gear mode, it's very easy to put a Rhino diff in it. If you have a 3-gear transmission, I couldn't do it. It didn't work properly with the other spacers, but somebody said they got it working, so okie dokie. But 4-gear, it works perfectly, so just in case you're wondering. But yes, we will go verify that pinion claim. And I just noticed, to be honest, as I was flipping this around, I was like just wondering, I'm like, why is there 2 bearings and 2 spacers stapled to the outside of this transmission bag 2? Pretty sure there's going to be some more addendums up inside this manual aside from this, because this sheet doesn't talk about this part stapled here, so that's already a sort of interesting. We'll find out shortly. Okay, moving on. Bag 5. Yes, so this is the, what are these? Oh yes, the ball cups, bearings, drive shafts, pins for the suspension, the 5mm purple hexes, the knuckles and the rear upright, aka rear knuckle, and those are derived from the YD2 SX3. SX2, SX3 lineage. It's basically S front knuckle. Works really good. It's right here. See? Right there. Actually, no, hold on. There's a better look at it right there. S knuckle. And the rear upright, which is right there. Over there. Right there. Yes. So, those were good. So, they've still included those. Those are still the same. So, I haven't changed that. But we did see some addendums and over here for different position, lengths of things. Yes, catch up, brain. My mouth is going faster than my brain, that's kind of backwards. But look at all the purple. I'm loving it. This is really why I wanted this, because of all the purple. Okay. Number 16, the shocks. And I think there's been some addendums here. So I'm just looking. Okay, so the shock bodies are the same. The springs there, that's correct. Those are the upgraded Yokomo from their drift spring sets, soft front and soft rear. I've got Reeves on that car, so ignore this car because it's not right. That's upgraded. Purple tops and bits and tops and bits. 50 weight oil. 50 weight oil. Now, I think memory is not working for me right now. I can't remember if this car, the first batch MD came with 50 weight oil or if it was number 200, 300. I don't remember. I'm going to go back and look in the manuals and this and that, and I'll type it in my little description on the video when I remember that. But that's nice to see, 50 weight oil. So if they didn't include this in the first one, that's nice to see there. That's a step in the right direction. And the only other thing I noticed is these big bore pistons. Big bore piston there, 4-hole. But to me, I swear, those holes, those are way bigger than previous big bore holes. Like, noticeably bigger. I want to see if I can find, because this car here has 6-hole pistons. I'm going to see if I can go back and find wherever I've put them. I think they're in the box. The 4-hole piston that came out of this car. I want to see if they're the same or they're different, and even compare this to a YD2 4-hole big bore piston. I literally just built some for an E+, an older E+, YD2 E+. And I swear, those were, the holes in the other car, the E+ one, big bores, were twice as small as those. So those look like they've been bored out, or it's a new, bigger spec of it. So 50 weight oil and a, what looks like bored out 4-hole big bore pistons. I swear they weren't, those holes were not that big before. Like, just, I don't know. We're going to find out, don't worry. I will find out. Nezzo's on the case. But for me to notice that, that's quite interesting. But that's a nice change. That's good. That means more oil will flow through it, and we'll get more bouncy, which is very nice. Oh, no. See, bag 17. Most predecessor cars, YD2s and stuff, they are like bag 10, 11, 12. Bag 17. Yes, so this is where all the last plastics, the last things you finish up, body pins, front bumper, which you won't use on this car, a front bumper on again, which you won't use. The reason why you get 2 sets of front bumpers is because they need to give you 2 sets of some of the bits that come on that bumper piece, the tree or whatever, the plastic tree, and crucially they give you 2 sets of body posts, because you have to use the front posts twice, front and rear. So you end up with 2 sets of rear body posts, and those are worth their weight in myrrh. So you'll definitely find someone at the track looking for a Yokomo drift rear body post from the YD2 days. That's basically what those are. And yeah, they work good, but you don't use those rear ones on the rear of the car. You end up using the fronts, which to me is a little annoying. Anyways, so that's that. We've unboxed all the things, which is very good. I like, excuse me, all the purple. Very happy with that. It's gonna look amazing, especially with my purple bits and bytes. Oh, there's a few other things. Well, besides the manual, which we're gonna dive into in a second. Chassis plate, there it is. And, well, okay, if we look at the chassis plate here, see, looks good, looks good. And, well, okay, you see these 4 holes? See those 2 there and those 2 there? Why are those holes a little darker than all the rest of the holes? See, look, see the hole in the middle here? Let me put this down. See those holes there? That's a light colored hole. See these? 1, 2, 3, 4? Those are dark holes. Did they add something, or was a last minute drillage? Let's flip this. I'm curious now. No, okay, it's just me. That's where those pieces go. But for a second there, I was like, why are those holes noticeably darker than the other ones? So, the chassis plate is the same. For a second, yeah, that really looked like, huh? But no, that's legit. Okay, good. This is why I do this. There's some investigative journalism here. Even though I'm not much of a journalist, I'm just Nezzo from Bad Shop. Okay. And the manual. So we already had the one addendum there. Now let's open this up and just kind of go through this. And I want to verify pinion or not, because I don't think it comes with a pinion. Let's see. And they want you to assemble this in 4-gear mode, right? No. Okay, so do you have choice? I'm just looking because, yeah, 1 gear, 1 gear, and then that's that. What? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I mean, one idler, and if they're telling you to put that in, huh? Okay. That's the original. Okay, hold on. So this instruction manual is the original batch instruction manual, which shows you installing a 3-gear transmission. Ah, here we go. Another supplement. So a supplement and a supplement. That's a lot of supplementing. So the red purple manual supplement. Alright, so there's the 4-gear transmission. My digest video is going to be very interesting. Oh, it's a... What? Okay, hold up. Alright, there's that glorious stuff. We're just going to move this over here temporarily because we're not done yet. We're into 30 minutes now. Holy Jesus, okay. No big deal. But, okay, so the owner in the owner's group that was saying there's like a supplement to a supplement, he was not joking. Okay, there's the 4-gear transmission. Right, done. Okay, 4-gear suspension arm mounting. That looks the same, but I'll compare it later. And that's different because they wanted that piece all the way at the bottom before, like how mine is right here. All the way at the bottom, that piece right there. Interesting. Oops. So, not only is there addendum just for the different parts, but there's different tuning as well. So, interesting. Okay. What else is a supplement? The slide rack is supplemented. And yeah, from what I remember, see how it goes on via a screw right into one hole, a screw, and a bearing shaft, and that's not a cam. That's not a cam style shaft. It's just a bearing shaft. I'm wondering if they're going to make that a cam at some point, because yeah, those just go into non-adjustable holes, and then that slide rack is not adjustable. But it says here the bearing in the front needs to be fixed where the rack operates smoothly without play. I think that's really the only spot you actually can adjust it, but it's really not even an adjustment. I'm going to have to go back and look because memory is not serving me well tonight, other than a few things. But yeah, as far as I know, it wasn't really adjustable, but I could be talking out of my bum there. It might actually be adjustable, but not very much, so I'm going to have to double check that. But yes, front upper assembly. This is addendumed as well. I think that was still 3-position. We'll verify it. That is the same, I think, in terms of the number of adjustments, but the position might be different as from the factory. Page 12. So, okay, so yeah, then that's the servo installation, the suspension mounting. That looks the same, except maybe a different, what's this, P14? Yeah, okay, so look. This is where people have been getting confused, because the original manual will say one thing. This supplement, P4 front suspension arm installation, 17.4 mil. And then this booklet of addendums is saying 13.6. So which is it? Oh boy. Alright, well, this is going to be fun to build. And yes, I will do a digest, because even me just looking at this now, it's like, okay, which one do I take as precedent? I'm going to actually measure this car as I build things to see what's different, because that seems quite short compared to that looks like 17.4. So they might have just like, well, let's, I know this was an unboxing, but it's turning into a partial science project here. Okay, so this is interesting. Check it out. So, in the original manual, 17 millimeters. You see that? That's what I did, okay? In the addendum booklet, it's 13.6, which is clearly wrong, because the addendum piece here, which was on the very top of the kit, which I'm going to take this sheet as the most, take this one seriously, because it was on the very top of all the parts, and not buried in the manual, 17.4. So really, from 17 to 17.4, okay, so if you have an MD1 and you got the colored one, and you're going through all these addendums, I'm going to say right now, take this sheet as precedent, as the most correct. Even if there's an addendum in the addendum booklet, use this sheet as the most correct. That's what I'm going to say right now. I'm looking at all this, analyzing it really quickly. That's what it looks like. But I mean, even after that, this This is addendums. Those things, those bits and bytes. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, like I'm pretty sure 50, 50, 50, 50. I have a feeling it was 300, 200 before. I have a feeling. We're gonna double check. Blue O-ring. Okay, good. Yep. That looks like cap L. Oh, you see they didn't. I also changed to cap L. The large top hat, as I call it. I'm pretty sure the original manual is short hat. Oops. Let's check because we're here now. I'm curious. This is interesting. Oh look. Yes, I can verify my own thinking. 200, 300, because the big booklet, the old manuals, the old, oh no, shock cap, okay, so the long shock cap, so that was a thing, okay, but 200, 300 oil, okay, so the oil, if we've got 50 weight oil now, that's good, that is smart. Is the piston the same as 114A? Yeah, okay, so that's a 1.4 millimeter big bore. I wonder if that's just different piston for it then. It's not bored out. It's the same one that was in my car. Okay, the other previous thing. Okay. Well, what have they changed here? What have they saying to change here now? Well, other than the oil that we know, 1212. Yeah, okay. So it's just primarily it's just the oil. It looks like nothing else has really changed there. And even after the shocks, what else is there? Oh, there is another page here. I feel it. Yes. Oh, it's just blank for your notes. Okay, but like that's the first time I've come across like a freaking what I'd call a small addendum booklet supplement. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, so gonna really have to pay attention on this. I hope when they put the limited edition, the purple manual or the batch 2 or whatever they want to call it, I hope they update the manual with all this, because just that's a mess. Holy sheesh. From what I gather is the amount of addendums here, it almost feels like last minute rushed out the door, which gives me a little, heebie-jeebie, but aside from the amount of supplements, I do see changes in the tune out of box, so that could be a good thing. So if it was pushed out the door, it looks like at least somebody said, hey, before you shove it out the door, we have to do a few things there. So hopefully that's what has happened. Right, and the only other thing I think I wanted to verify in this manual, which we're finally here, yes, motor sold separately, we know that. Pinion gear sold separately, and to be honest, oh yeah, the price is here. The price on this box is Canadian, because I am in Canada. And for that amount of money to not receive a pinion gear, excuse me, put a pinion gear in the box. Put a freaking pinion gear in the box. I don't care that you give me a big chart to tell me what I can use. If I'm forking out that amount of dineros on something this sexy, give me a pinion gear, honestly. Like, that's a 101 thing. Like, basic level drift cars, for example, the Sakura D5, 3 Racing Sakura D5, they give you pinion gear in the most basic car. Just put one in. Okay? If you're going to go to the great lengths of supplementing and this and that and all that, just put a pinion gear in, because I don't want to pay through the nose for a really nice high-end car and not receive a pinion gear. So basically, I have to go supply a pinion gear. And some of you might be thinking, well, Nezo, come on, it's a pinion gear. It's like $5, $10, or $15. You buy the sweaty anodized aluminum one. It's beside the point. Pretty much, I would say 98% of all the drift cars Yokomo has produced for the YD2, they pretty much all included a pinion gear. Only up in the last couple of cars I've unboxed that didn't actually include one, and I was shocked. So, I mean, I don't know who decided to not include them, but put the pinion gears back in. Seriously, you'll make a lot of people happy. I used to gripe and say, look, if you're going to screw up the sticker sheet, which here they're still correct, which is good, MD1, brilliant. My little coupon, brilliant. I used to say, okay, if you're going to screw up the sticker sheet, at least you're putting a pinion gear in. Now it's gone the other way. They get the sticker sheet correct, and they're just deleting pinions. So, whatever. Some of you may think that's me being a little bit nitpicky. But no, put a pinion gear in. Like damn near every other kid out there puts a pinion gear in. You know, so yeah, that's cool. This though, um, this what? Like okay, rookie off road. I don't want a rookie off road banner thing in my MD-01. So if this was a mess up, come on now, like that's simple quality control. I would want I'd want a poster of the MD-1 and the MD-1 upgrades. This thing in this box, this had to be a mistake. Recently I did the Super Drift load transfer special. It had one of these little flyer pamphlet things of the Super Drift LTS and had it all laid out. Everything had the upgrade parts on it. It's brilliant. This right here is useless. This doesn't tell me crap. This is for the rookie off-road buggy car. So yeah, Yokomo, if you're watching, you might want to go down to the quality control department and just poke around a little bit because what the hell? Yeah, this is a small thing, but come on, like, yeah, we'll just get rid of that. I mean, I don't know, it's just silly, really. I know I'm making a little bit of a little bit of griping about just that little flyer, but no, that flyer, like how I got it in the Super Drift car, that was perfect. I could see the upgrades for the things. I had part numbers. The thing looked really good. It looked so good. I had my boss who owns Strictly Sideways, also has a framing business. He put it on like a plaque, and it looks really good. So I mean, that's, I don't know, that just seeing that, it's either a mistake or they're trying to advertise another car, but I don't know, that just rubbed me the wrong way. But anyways, having said all of that, I love the purple. Look at it. Yes, I love the purple. And honestly, that's the only reason I bought another MD-1 was to get a purple colored version. The black looks amazing. I do like it, but I love colored version better, especially purple, my favorite color. So yeah, that's the only reason I wanted one. So yeah, I do see some improvements in the tune in terms of all these addendums. But the amount of addendums does give me the sense that it was sort of rushed. And then that the mistaken flyer, yeah. So hopefully I will be proven wrong, and hopefully there are no missing parts. But if I discover those things, you all will definitely hear about it. And yeah, it'll be noted in either the shakedown, but most likely more heavily in my Constructor's Digest. Yes. So with that, we're at 42 minutes. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Yeah, this one's been a big one. This is probably one of the longest unboxing videos I've done, but there was a good amount to talk about of this particular car because of its high-end category status and because of what people have been discovering about it. Both me, myself, from the first batch, and now people who have already built their purples and drove them around and noticed things. So yes, I'll be paying attention to everything, and I know a lot of people will be paying attention to how I get on with this. I should have this running by Saturday, and I'll do some comparisons and all that kind of stuff once it's built and alongside the other car visually, and we'll go from there. So yes, thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop me a line if you've got a colored one, red, purple. Let me know what you think, your build process, if you were missing anything, stuff like that. Yeah, we're looking to, me and several other people online, we're definitely paying attention to quality, because that is a big thing these days, especially if you're paying a lot of money. And we do not want the quality to fall off, both fit, finish, and or part supply and like all that stuff. Obviously we don't want that to fall off. We want high quality, high-end kits to still come out. We want all that sort of stuff. So if we notice it, we'd rather, in my eyes, I'd rather call it now and, let's get it fixed now so you can continue to produce brilliance instead of falling off, because we don't want that. I don't want that. I want more Yokomo things to come, and I want them to be as brilliant and as sweaty as the very first one I got in 2016. So So yes, I've said it 3 times now, but thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and expect more. Yes, I'm going to start building this right now. So, diving into addendum land. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.